Oh, we have to introduce this
Yes.
segment.
So this is Jake. I'm
That's
Justin. This is Arguing Goldfish. Pet Peeves.
Pet peeves.
Two best friends with the attention span of a goldfish. We'll literally talk about anything and everything, and at some point, we'll argue about it. It's time for the Arguing Goldfish podcast.
I could not get, for the life of me, this one battery to charge all the way. I charged it for like 9 hours last night. For life, I could not get it to get it 100%, and I would keep checking it, and it would say like 96, 97%, and I just could not get it to go all the way to 100. I might have a defective battery.
Well, that or some of them, they prevent you from overcharging as a protective measure for the battery.
Great thing to say, absolutely. However, they're in a battery hub.
Condom?
Hub that turn yellow and green.
Okay.
So once it hits green, it's supposed to stop charging. But there's just this specific battery that's in there right now, I can't get it to go to the green. And I would pop it out and I'd pop it in the machine to see if it's at least charging, and it would say 98%. It would never go above 98%. So
Does it do with conditioning?
I don't know.
These are the questions I ask.
Well, you asked me
I'm
questions.
a hard-hitting journalist.
So
By the way, that's Justin.
that's Jake.
We're the Arguing Goldfish.
We are. And I am going to go out on a limb and say we're Baltimore's #1 podcast.
I would venture to say that. That would be a bold, assertive, strong statement.
It's on the
to make.
tip of my tongue to say, and the world.
And what word?
Like, not only we're the biggest in Baltimore, Maryland, we're also bigger in the world.
That's true.
It's like right on the tip of my tongue.
We're getting there.
Oh yeah. If you could knock out the big ones, the bigger guys, from like #1 to about 900,000, we'd be in that
Who
category.
is #1?
I think it's Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan?
I think it's. I think I would think so. I mean, he's got the biggest, I think, financial contract.
I couldn't speak to it. I'm curious.
So I asked you this morning as we were getting our shit together, if just want to make sure I didn't hit the accident button, if you had any demanding issues that you wanted to talk about, and you said you were tired because you worked last night, so you didn't really have anything.
I'm ideologically constipated.
And that, I think we're going to have to come to a term where we're going to have to understand that you're not only Jake. Okay, so we have Sterling, who's the
Yes.
Vanna White of this group. We have the Tasha. Still don't have any idea what her role is.
I don't think she knows what her role is.
Been asking for a bio for months now. You obviously are the brain because you use words like
Ideologically constipated?
Jesus
You're welcome,
Christ.
fans.
Do you think we should start an OnlyFans?
Like feedy stuff?
All right, I was going to say cock and balls, but if you're down for just doing feet.
What did I refer to your fist as last
Oh,
week?
I have it saved as a text because I wanted to bring up a couple of things to you.
Oh, here we go.
Yes. All right. Oh, I think that was in our group text. You said I sent a picture of my fist where I was doing this, and I realized that as soon as I took a picture of it, it was like if you've ever seen that movie, The Fly, when he vomits on the guy's hand and it dissolves. I was like, yep, that's exactly what my hand looks like. And then you said your fist looks like a featherless ostrich hoof with AIDS. So
I think it was the freckles that did it for me, and the albino blonde hair.
I'll see if I can get this picture to show up. If not, I'll put it on.
It's disturbing. It's disturbing.
It is an odd angle because
The
I was
angle
holding
with
it like this, and I was just trying to send it. I was going to punch somebody. That's all I was going to do.
But it's just, I couldn't see the fingers in it. It was just like knuckles and pale.
I was trying to show that I was given a knuckle sandwich. So,
I was concerned I was getting assaulted by a flightless bird.
thanks, bud.
I'm here for you.
But I have a couple of things that I wanted to break up to you because I noticed some things in the past, things that had bothered me in the past. I should say it like this: things that had never bothered me in the past. Now that I'm getting older, really bother me.
Okay. I'm
So
curious.
I had some pet peeves that I wanted to bring to your attention, and then I wanted you to tell me what you thought if you're in this as well.
Okay.
And of course, whenever I need it, guess where it's not. Okay, you ready for this?
All right. You have a list written down and
I
everything?
have quite a list
Oh, excellent.
because I have nothing else better to do.
I'm going to shoot from the hip. I'm sure I can think of a
Well,
couple.
what I'll do is I'll say them, and then we'll go back and forth. You tell me if it bothers you at all. Okay. And I'm telling you, the older you get, the more these are going to bother you. And now that you're a father, a father twice, that we're aware of, that these might actually really bother you.
Okay. I'm ready, prepared, and willing.
In no particular order.
No order.
Not alphabetical. But every one of these would be my number one. That's how bad they are. Ready for number one?
All right.
Loud chewing.
Loud chewing. There's actually a term for that when you have a dislike for it. It bothers me a lot.
Okay.
I can't stand it. So I have this unnatural rage response to loud chewing, especially crunchy foods.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Are you talking about loud foods, or I'm talking like lip smacking?
The sound of mastication, the
Yeah.
sound of chewing.
And the words. Say that word one more time.
Mastication.
And again, a
Mastication.
little slower.
Mastication.
And what does that mean?
Chewing. It provokes a rage response called misophonia.
Jesus Christ, it does. Of course it does.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you know that?
I'm a nerd.
Okay. How about, since we're in the chewing section,
Excellent.
have you ever been in an environment, because we work with a lot of people
Yes.
who are, each individual person is in their own world when they do their thing. And they don't think that what they're doing is bothering you, right? Because that's what they normally
Like
do.
microwaving fish.
I was going to go a little bit further.
Okay.
You ever heard people hum when they eat?
Hum when they eat? Yes. Yes. Like they're being pleasured by their food.
And I understand it's a pleasurable experience, but you're getting the same response from eating a hot dog as you are a tomahawk steak. Like, it's the same response.
I can't have the same response with a hot dog and a tomahawk steak. I'm not gonna.
No, but you're also not a hummer when you eat.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't hum when I eat.
So-
No.
Yesterday, that didn't bother me. Today, it bothers me. Like, it never would have bothered me before, because I usually would have called you out and be like, what are you doing? What the fuck is this? With this, yesterday I was in a classroom setting
Okay.
with about 25 people, and this individual, I actually don't even know who it was. There's a rumor that it was this person. There was a rumor it was this person. Their Ring camera kept going off and alerting over the phone non-stop.
I think I can guess who it is.
But why wouldn't you just mute your phone?
Because they like it going off. I don't know.
Does it get to the point where you've heard it so much that to you don't hear it anymore?
Yeah.
But everyone else hears it.
Everyone else hears it. It's like when I grew up, we live right by the airport. I no longer heard the planes. I've heard those goddamn chimes so many times, I don't even hear it anymore.
I have a story. Well, I grew up in Hollandtown, Greektown, right across from the MTA depot. So at night, that's where they would go and park. Mm-hmm. I heard the air brakes and the idling of the trucks so much that when I went home to my mom's house in the county, there was no noise. I couldn't sleep for a couple days because I was so used to hearing that
Yeah.
and the brakes and all that nonsense.
You get so used to it, it's almost soothing.
I have another one here that only bothers me if I'm in a mood.
In a mood.
Yeah. So
What kind of mood?
Well, I'm currently not with spouse. But I did live with a spouse.
You did.
I did. You live with a spouse.
I do live with a spouse.
How does it affect you if the toilet seat is left up?
If the toilet seat is left up,
Yes. When you get done using the bathroom, do you shut your lid?
I do.
Every time.
Every time.
Do you have I have a one that's a soft close. Do you have one of those?
No, I like to let that sucker slam.
Because that actually happens. You forget that not everyone has one, and when you do it, it's boom.
But being that I have a wife and I have a daughter, I'm trying to be cognizant of closing and lowering the toilet seat, and I have been for a while.
Now, for you, it's just second nature.
Yeah.
You don't feel like it's a chore.
No.
You don't feel like something you had to be taught. It's just you just close it.
No, I think it was something that I thought of as a courtesy, because the 1 or 2 times I left it up and she got a butt covered in toilet water, that I felt kind of bad about that, even though I thought it was funny.
But it's like when you leave the bathroom, I'm assuming you wash your hands.
I do.
Because it's just second nature. You don't put any thought to it.
I don't put any thought into it.
Right. So like you get done using the bathroom, you hit the toilet, you just automatically
flush, close the lid,
This is an
go wash
automatic
my
response.
hands, dry my hands, and that's the routine.
I need to go back real quick and introduce this segment.
Oh, we have to introduce this
Yes.
segment.
So this is Jake. I'm
That's
Justin. This is Arguing Goldfish. Pet Peeves.
Pet peeves.
Sorry, we forgot to announce what we're doing. Oh, by the way, like, subscribe, follow. We're moving up very fast. I'm getting a lot of things on the social media
Slap the shit out of that bell.
about how great we're increasing by like hundreds of percent. It'll say, oh, this went up 125%.
That's many percents.
That's a lot of percents.
That is a lot of percents.
So, and then remind me when we're done this, so we have to thank some people.
We do have to thank
Because there's
people.
a lot of cool followers out there.
We do appreciate our followers and supporters.
This is a new one that bothers me, especially with younger people. And it's and if you can step back and rethink about it, it's just now going to be part of our life. Okay.
All right.
Constantly checking your phone.
Bothers me. 100% bothers me.
Because we grew up without a cell phone.
Yep.
When did you get your first cell phone?
When I started driving, so junior year of high school, and it was one of those old Motorola bricks that you could only play Snake on,
Okay.
and it was only for emergencies.
But you went real early in the cellular business.
Yeah,
like,
it didn't.
Did
send
you have to
text
buy
messages.
minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember we had to do that?
Yeah, had to buy minutes. You were watching that clock like, oh, I just used a minute. Make those calls quick.
Did you take advantage of any of the fire department? Because you're a squirrel. I'm a squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get the Sprint where it was like the first incoming minute was free? Did you ever have that?
No,
Or the friends and family
I was
package?
tagged on to my parents' plan back then. So
I changed cell phones every time I saw a cool one that I liked. I never was addicted to a cell phone number or a brand. And then I got with a company called Singular. That just became AT&T, and I had like all these rollover minutes and everything. It was just fascinating. But now there's only like the big 3, big 4 right now.
yeah. Well,
So
we got a bunch of those little ones too, like people.
but you could go back in the day. You could go to like in the mall
Yeah.
when they had those things, and they were like those kiosks
No.
where you could just buy a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
But I do agree, people don't have the attention span they used to. So it bothers the shit out of me. You're speaking to someone, you got good eye contact. I apparently have crazy eyes, what people tell me, and I do really intense eye contact. But when I'm talking to them, we're having a conversation, they pull their phone out. That's just, was I not saying something that was interesting to you? Like, do you not care what I have to say?
Okay, I understand. Yep, that's very, in your mind, it was very rude.
I would consider it.
Yeah,
rude.
that you weren't paying attention. Now, I think if the cell phone was just a cell phone, we wouldn't have that problem. But nowadays, with the social media, like there's 30 different social media apps that we're constantly looking and checking. Because I realized that the other day I was on my phone, and I went to a specific one, and I was just constantly thumbing my phone, and I was like, wow, I'm on my phone too much.
Yeah.
And it irritated me. Like, I was pissing myself off.
I try to limit my exposure to that stuff.
And speaking of which, Sterling does that bullshit. Where you'll be talking to him, and he's face down into his phone, and you're like, hello? He's like, yeah, I hear you. And then he'll regurgitate what I just said. But it's like, it's like a huge kick in the balls where you're like, what are you doing, man? Like, just give me 5 minutes of your time, if you don't mind.
Just pay attention to me. Just pay attention. I'll leave you alone eventually. I get tired of talking.
Yeah, I just want to get this off of my chest. I want to bring something up. May have something to do with the fact that, we're trying to build something here that I might want your involvement. Note to self, because I know he's not going to listen to this. I don't give a shit what he has to say. I don't really care. If he doesn't like something, I don't care.
We appreciate dissenting input.
Oh yeah. Also, we got to answer some emails.
Well, we do.
I've been getting a lot of love emails.
Do you have a fan club?
Not for me. The one email, let me scroll through it real quick. Using my phone.
Are they requesting feet pictures? Because you were talking about an OnlyFans.
Hey, Arguing Goldfish. Huge fan.
Oh.
This question is for Sterling. Cut or uncut? Love, Heidi.
I heard rumor mill. He actually had an addition placed.
Well, I will tell you this. Yesterday we went to the gym together because he's a stout 215. He's squatting about 375.
He's made of pure muscle.
Pure sex. He's walking sex.
Yeah.
But
I think he got me pregnant once, and I don't even have a uterus.
we were in the gym, and men shower naked, and you're in the thing, and my mouth was watering. I'm not gonna lie. I glanced up. You have to glance.
It's a natural response.
If someone says they're not looking, they're foolish.
Everyone takes a peek.
Everyone takes a look because every man's comparing.
Yep.
And then when you go, oh my God, look at that, then you're like inferior to that guy. And then you look at something, you're like, big man on camera, look at that little thing, look at that little nub, cutie patootie. It's so cute. I just want to jerk it off. Anyway. This one I know that I do all the time because I believe I have a mental disorder. Talking over people. Now, when I meet people and I go, oh, I remember doing this to you in our office. I remember saying, I will cut you off. And I make people aware of it because I have to get this thought out. Or you'll say something and I get so excited and I'm like, I have a story for that. And I cut people off all the time. So I know that's a major pet peeve for other people and the stuff that I do. So I feel bad for people. But
as a recovering Catholic, I've had all this, like, you will listen kind of stuff beat into me. And my natural instinct is the opposite of that, where someone will start talking and I will immediately stop.
See, I don't have that response.
I can't make myself not do it.
If I don't get it out, I start to shake. Like I get I'm like I get
like you're pent up.
I'm beyond pent up. Like I feel like I'm like an ADHD kid that just snorted a pixie stick, and I have a raging hard on, like red rocket raging, and I have to get this sentence out. Right, like no other statement that you could make is as important as mine, and I get it. I'm an asshole. I get it.
I think you just have your opinions you got to get out.
But there is a thing about respect.
Engorged.
Like I just did it with you.
Yeah.
It's a respect thing. I should wait till you're done talking. I should have a response with the.
I think there's a happy medium in there, though.
I don't have it. I'm 1,000 miles an hour running nonstop. Here's one that we're dealing with right now. Being late.
Oh.
Are you a habitual later?
No.
If I said to be here at 8 o'clock, what time are you here?
If I came from work and I had to have a meeting before, but I typically plan on being 15 minutes before.
Early.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. They always said if you're on time, you're late.
If you're earlier on time, if you're on time, you're late.
Yeah.
If you're late, you're really late.
Now, we said to be here at 8 o'clock today.
That's correct.
Do you have one of those things on your wrist that tells time?
I do believe I do.
Could you tell me what time it is at this moment?
Oh, the time is 8:52.
8:52.
Correct.
There's two of us here.
There is two. Counting is your strong suit.
Till we get up to the double digits, then I'm kind of screwed.
You run out of fingers and toes at that point.
Yeah, so I understand fashionably late when it comes to an event. you're going to go to a party, or you're going to go to, let's say you're holding a Christmas party at your house. 10, 15 minutes. Give or take. Like, you don't want to be the first guy.
You never want to be the
But you don't want to
guy.
be the last guy.
You're awkwardly standing around holding the one beer, talking to the host.
Yeah.
This is weird.
And I gotta watch you get your room. Like, it's cool. Like, I'll be in the parking lot on time, and then we'll just cruise in. So but when it comes to being punctual for something that's serious, work or something where someone's waiting for you. Hey, let's meet here so we can carpool.
Yeah.
Then you have to be a couple minutes early.
Gotta be early. I've got one I can throw out.
Please.
How do you feel about using the restroom after somebody?
House,
Freshly.
house, work, or public?
Public or work?
Public or work? Because we have private bathrooms at work where it's a one-person room, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. I personally don't have an issue with it because I'm also not one of those persons that has to go home to shit. I can shit in a dumpster.
I used to have to go home and shoot. I couldn't do it in public. I would hold it all weekend. I'd have the bubble gut. I'd have a achy belly, and I'd have to wait till I get home to poop.
If I had a 5-gallon bucket with a fucking toilet bowl lid, I could shit in that bucket in public. It wouldn't bother me. I will tell you, I do have an issue with when you use the toilet and you sit on the bowl and it's already warm from the person in front of you.
If you get the warm toilet seat and there's still the residual odor of shit, I can't do it. I can't be in there. I can't do it. I'll abort mission.
Now, what bothers me at work, because we have these private bathrooms, is that when you open the door and it hits you like Gandhi just threw up in there, I immediately shut the door because I don't want someone to go, oh my God, Jake just fucking died in there. Like, I don't want that stigma. Like, I just walked out and you go, and then you have to explain yourself. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. No. I immediately leave.
Someone actually gave me shit about that last night because I went into one of the bathrooms and someone had freshly used it and it smelled foul.
Okay.
And I could not stand the smell in there to even attempt a landing. My assumption was that seat was going to be warm, accompanied with that odor. And I just could not do it. Couldn't bring myself to land.
You're taking her beautiful shade away?
Spinning it around for you.
All right, cool.
This guy's dead.
No worries.
It's actually not up all the way.
Oh. It's always disappointing when you can't get it all the way up.
All right, now Black Suburban just pulled up behind you. I feel like it's like presidential.
Presidential?
I believe Obama's in that right now.
I heard you were talking shit.
Hey, guys,
I would love for him to get out, slap you in the face, and say thanks, Obama again.
Oh, there's your brother. There's your brother. There's your brother.
Gracefully wandering.
He's
in the
wandering
background.
around. He's so lost.
He's like, where are they?
I sent the picture of us over here. How much longer should I let you walk around aimlessly? Yeah. You're in front of the truck. Turn to your right and walk towards the coffee shop with the umbrellas. As the picture. So we're just gonna keep talking. I'll wait for you to show.
He's very directionally challenged.
He's literally standing right there. He was actually at the parking thing. I sent him a picture of the building that we're sitting in front of. And
I saw his reflection in the mirror.
You see him, he's over there in front of the black.
on the other side of the
Yeah,
street.
he's on the other side of the street. It has nothing to do with the picture I sent him. You see the umbrellas?
This some bitch can't navigate to save his life.
All right, I'm hanging up. All right, so I'm not a germ phobia kind of guy, but if I realize that I'm sitting on the same warm toilet seat that someone that I work with who isn't clean, I get kind of wigged out on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame I can't use names right now because there's a coworker of ours who has a male coworker of ours who has a badunkadunk, like a
Is that
dumpster.
is that a term for a large buttocks?
Yes. Birthing hips.
Birthing.
Yeah. Huge. Oh, well, look who it is.
Great.
Have you ever seen a sadder sight in your life?
He just looks sad to exist right now.
Oh, if he would have eaten it.
Yeah, I was so hoping. I have to get another chalk outline.
I'm going to continue with our little list here, if you're okay with that. Where is that list at? Oh, nice for you to show up. 8 o'clock, huh? Sit over here. Sit over here. Sit over here. Sit over here.
Stuck in traffic. Last hour and a half.
I'm going to continue, and then we'll bring him up to speed later.
Oh, we shall.
Yeah.
He shall be brought to speed.
You're a man.
I think so.
I am a man. Men do things differently that women don't do. And then when you see a woman do something, you go, wow, that was interesting. Spitting in public.
Ooh.
How does that... We're doing pet peeves. I came up with a list that things that never bothered me in the past, but now are starting to bother me the older I get. I like your glasses, by the way.
He looks studious.
You look studious. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's good.
Someone very smart mother.
Here we are.
And there it is.
So, do you spit normally in public?
Do I normally spit
Yes.
in public? I do not.
Okay.
I think it's gross.
Okay.
I feel it's unnecessary, depending on the context.
Okay.
So if you're eating something that requires it to be spat, for
Okay.
instance, eating sunflower seeds or nuts of some
Sure.
kind where you're expelling shells,
Uh-huh.
then yes, I think spitting is appropriate. To have the inability to swallow your own spit, though, and you're just spitting that out,
Okay.
I find that
What about
grotesque.
mucus?
What about you're coughing up a mucus plug?
Yep, there it is.
That's different. You're sick. You got to clear that out.
Sure.
It's gross to
How do you
swallow
know
mucus.
this girl's not sick?
Well, that's just it, though. When you see a girl just go, how does that make you, like, there's sometimes where you go like, oh,
Oh, there was a phrase for that.
go ahead.
Turn on.
Spitters or quitters.
There it is. There it is. I run every morning, and
From
I'm
the wall?
constantly spitting. Constantly. But I also don't have to worry about people being around me.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not
Like
one of
you're
those.
foaming like a camel.
Yeah, definitely. Imagine, if you will, taking a. Imagine, if you will, take a sea cucumber.
Like a rabbit animal.
Okay. I got a great visual.
You're holding a sea cucumber,
I got it.
and you start pumping it, and it's ejaculating all over.
That's what it does.
It's me running at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Ejaculating everywhere?
I said,
So you ejaculate while you are running?
I said what I said.
It's a speed boost.
No wonder illegitimate children running around.
No doubt.
So you're a father of 3, who's one of them's about to start driving. You don't have that yet. I don't have
Better not be
kids.
driving yet.
But
Hey,
I'm gonna
start young.
announce something, and then I'll tell
You're
you.
a father too?
No, God, no.
Congratulations.
Mazel tov.
I thought you were going to knock Tasha up. But
Oh my God.
Driving and turning without your signals. First of all, do you do that?
Always.
Yeah.
well,
And then do you get mad when you see someone else not do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
you keep your blinker fluid filled.
It's always. But I am a huge problem with that. If I'm on a road, if I'm going to turn on a road that has a right on red, I don't feel the need to do it. Or if I'm turning in the direction because that's where the arrow is, I don't feel I need to do it. If I'm in the city, I use it more because we're in closer proximity. And then on the F1 series drive path that I take called 83, I feel like I have to use it because I need to tell Max Verstappen that's behind me at 130 miles an hour that
Max
I'm getting
what?
over. Max Verstappen.
What the heck is a Max
He's
Verstappen?
an F1 driver.
Are you dead inside?
Yeah.
So he's an F1 driver for Red Bull. He's like, I think number 1.
Okay.
You know that they're the number 1 highest paid athletes in the world, F1 drivers?
For what? Holding their pee and driving fast?
I mean, I think it's a sport. Do you think driving a car is a sport?
After watching that series on Netflix, yes.
What about NASCAR? Do you think NASCAR is a sport?
Oh, they're
No.
just little pansy rednecks.
Okay. So you are
No, there's going to be a stock car pulling up. Jet Gordon's going to get out and slap me in the face
While spitting.
there. It is.
while spitting. He's going to spit right in my mouth.
So turning without a signal, is that a pet peeve of yours? No.
It bothers me.
Okay.
I will even, out of principle, there could be no one around me. I will put my blinker on
That's what's wrong with the world.
Interesting.
because it's not about who you see; it's who you don't see. Road safety.
Road safety. I have two more, and then
I
I'll,
see red people off the road.
do you merge without when you're changing lanes? Do you, and,
Yeah.
like
I use my signal.
all the time?
Why?
All the time.
It's expected that you're merging.
You know,
I-
I'm glad you.
You're one of those guys that sit at the green arrow and still put his blinker on.
You son of a bitch! I do
There's
not.
nowhere to turn.
I do not. It's if I'm getting over, I signal my intention. That's what it's for. I put it on. It's telling them I'm coming over.
While you're turning.
I do turn it on when I'm turning.
No, if you're in a turn-only lane, you just said you'll signal to get
Why are
over.
we talking about turning only? We're talking about merging.
Because I said you're one of those pansies that sit at a green
You
arrow
son of a bitch.
and will turn his blinker on.
Dude, can we talk about the merge lane? Who
Well,
has the right
apparently
of way?
we can't talk about merging because we're stuck on this goddamn green turn arrow.
You're on the main road, 695, 95, 83. There's a merge lane coming on.
Yeah.
Can someone explain the correct way of that to happen?
Zipper.
Who has the right of way?
Whoever has a bigger vehicle.
Lug nuts.
Obviously, the person on the beltway or on the main road has the right of way. So this guy merging on would be like, "Oh, you're a dick because you wouldn't let me over." I have the right of way if I'm the driver.
It depends on the. So that's a problem in Pennsylvania, isn't it? Because they don't have any turn. They don't have no
Well, there's also certain places in Baltimore where the lane is just so short, so you got to gun it to get into
You
it.
do
But
have to gun it.
I shouldn't have to slow down or stop because you don't know how to merge. I have the right of way. Just because I'm in the right lane, and is that a dick move that I'm not letting you in?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I feel that they failed to come up to the speed of traffic. Thus,
That's what the yelling
Taken away.
is for. You're supposed to be coming up to the speed of traffic.
Right, but it's not my job as the guy with the right of way to slow down on your behalf.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Drive them into the.
That's their problem, though.
That's their problem.
that's their problem.
It's 100% their problem. Like he's got to slow down or stop and figure out how to figure it out. But two more.
Tumor? Tumor.
Borrowing and not returning
Of what?
anything. Let's say I borrow this item from you. Can I borrow that?
Oh, I have a neighbor who did that to me. Took my wagon. So then he moved out, and I was like,
What
"Where's
kind
my
of-
wagon?" They're like, "Oh,
What kind of wagon was this?
you know those foldable wagons you use for like sports."
Oh, okay.
Again, you don't have an old enough kid yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that life is coming, buddy.
Oh, I know.
That's now.
I just envisioned this little Tykes plastic wagon.
Oh,
that
no,
I'm
no, no.
really
The Red
upset
Rider.
about.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like a big cloth wagon.
Then give me back my Red Rider.
So he's like, "Oh, we got to move stuff to the garage." I was like, "Okay, here, you can borrow a wagon to transport."
Yeah.
4 years later, they move out.
4 years.
And I'm like, "Hey, this is my wagon in your garage where I knew it was." No,
Do you have issues with borrowing things from people?
I do.
Do I have issues borrowing
Yeah.
things? No, because I intend on giving it back. I will go out of my way, and I will be bothered if I don't give that item back.
This has nothing to do with the current group that's here, but I'm going to say something. Man, we've all been a part of this. This has always been something where someone's like, "Hey, can I borrow a couple bucks from you?"
Yeah.
No, let's just reasonable, $20, right? And you go, yeah, sure, just get me back. Does it piss you off when that person hasn't paid you back, and yet you see them buying something else?
Yes.
I have a two-parter with this as well.
It varies because depending on what they're. I've struggled with money in the past, and
Sure.
and things are tight for me now, for instance. But if I know I have it and they don't, and they're struggling, I just assume it's a loss. That hey, can I have $20?
Sure.
Yeah.
But we're
you know
not
what,
talking
I got
like
20.
hundreds of dollars. Like if he came to me tomorrow and is like, I can't make my mortgage.
Have you ever lent someone hundreds of dollars?
I have. If I were to collect on all the money that people, I could probably retire. But what I'm saying is if I give you money, is that no longer, it's now your money. You can do whatever you want with it because you borrowed it from me.
Mm-hmm.
I am expecting you to pay me back relatively soon. If
think
it's a reasonable amount of money.
I think the appropriate thing would be to pay someone back, but if it's
But
a
let's
small
say it's
amount
been
of
2
money.
weeks. Let's say we went a whole pay period, right? 2-week pay period.
Mhm.
I still haven't got my money back. But yet you're buying dinner for the department.
I would have an issue with that.
See? That's what I'm saying.
If I can, it's different than if you saw them struggling and having an issue, and you help them through it, and they're not going
Yeah.
to get that back. But if you're being frivolous,
But let's say you came to work tomorrow or
Okay.
tonight and you went, fuck, I forgot my wallet. Anybody got enough money for just dinner tonight? Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like just a
I
couple
would
bucks.
make sure that I paid that person back or find a way to.
I would not do anything else until I paid you back.
Yeah.
That's how ridiculous it is with money, because money is a very sensitive subject. And then here's the second part of that is if you see someone, let's just say you see a homeless guy on the side of the street and you give him money. There's the argument is that people would say, I don't give them money because I don't want them to buy drugs or alcohol. Is it your responsibility to give them dictators the direction of the money? You're giving it up. It's now theirs. They can do whatever they want with it. I don't have to listen to what
I
you
would
want.
make sure I would give them food. I would go buy them food rather than give them money.
Sure, but if at the end of the day the guy just he doesn't want food, he just wants a couple bucks. Like my mom is that way. My mom will give money. I remember my mom would go to the ATM, withdraw cash just because we were leaving her office to go across the street to get lunch because she knew that there were going to be people in the way that would
So I
ask
have
her
a
for money.
third part to that question.
Go for it.
So to amend your question,
Sure,
if an incident shall happen to your family
sure,
and you ask for fundage,
sure.
is it appropriate to take that fundage and buy dinner for
Again, that's exactly my question.
Yeah.
Like, at what point did you go, hey, I'm giving you the money because you've asked? Do I now control what you do with it? Because if, let's just say, in your example, you get $1,000 collectively from a group of people. At the end of the day, it's still your money. I'm grateful that people spent, gave me their
I'll give you
money.
the perfect example of why I can't do that. I can't take somebody's money and is the word embezzled right?
I don't think it's right here, but I know exactly what you mean. But because you're saying I need help to pay a bill.
Correct. So perfect example is my mom unexpectedly died.
Sure.
She had no insurance, no nothing. People reached out, gave me about $3,000
Sure.
to get her into the ground.
Absolutely.
So what I did is my aunt paid for half the funeral, but I gave my aunt the other half to pay down her credit card
Sure.
to take care of that, right? All of it went, none of it went towards my family.
Sure.
So that's where I have a problem with people taking fundage.
Sure. Well, the great thing is that you have those new things now, those GoFundMe's, right?
Yeah.
So let's say we use his example. He needs $5,000 to do service to his family, but he winds up collecting $10,000. It's still his money, right? It's not for us to go, well, is it fraud? Fraud.
No, that's the right word.
Is it fraud because you go, I need help paying a bill, but yet I'm now going to buy a new car with it, or I'm going to go buy a new article of clothing?
I would definitely have an issue with that.
I gave you money based off of the assumption or off the comment that.
So again, I've seen people have a GoFundMe
Sure, absolutely.
after a major incident.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they say they have. I'm trying to be specific,
No, I get it.
but they now they have a second home
Sure. But
off of that.
But then you sit there and you go, okay, technically I felt like I was lied to because I'm basing it off the assumption that you needed help.
You were
And now
messed
you're
with for
buying,
fraud.
right, and now you just bought yourself 4 new tires for your car and you go, well,
Yeah.
I was just duped is what I was. Like, you're not going to get the money back because you gave it to them.
The worst thing in the world I hate doing is borrowing money from anybody.
Sure, no one likes to do it. It's a sense of, but again,
But it's me, my own retentiveness, because I'll do it.
but sometimes it just happens. Look, dude, I owned a business that I made a lot of money a month to the point where I borrowed $5 for gas in a very short amount of time. So I get it. Like, so we're in a agreement that if I were to borrow something from you, you would expect it back
I would expect it back.
almost right away. Do you feel uncomfortable that I have to now go to you and go, hey man, remember that thing I let you borrow?
It depends on
I
how.
feel like I think a debt collector.
It depends how important it was to me. If it was a couple bucks, I'll
No,
write it off.
I borrowed your weed eater
Yeah.
a month ago.
I'm gonna ask you, like, hey, where's my weed eater, dick?
But is it? Do you feel uncomfortable?
No.
Do you feel uncomfortable?
No.
Because now I have to go to your house and go, hey, dude, can I borrow my own
In that
weed eater?
sense, I don't feel uncomfortable. It's
No.
the money portion that
Sure.
makes me uncomfortable.
I was just talking more of like an object of something where
No,
you
now that
borrowed
doesn't
it.
bother me. I'll go get my stuff back.
I think it's easier with an object
Yeah.
Think so?
because it's tangible. It's like that object. That's
Right.
It's a definitive thing. I let you borrow that. I
Yeah.
want that back.
Lend somebody $20, right? And then go 1 month later, hey, can I get that $20 back? And you're like,
Yeah.
man, I'm still
Can
struggling.
I get the 20 cheeseburgers you bought with that $20 back?
Yeah.
God, I love a cheeseburger. I was just curious
I'll
because
go
like
get you 20 cheeseburgers back.
Yeah, no doubt.
sometimes I feel uncomfortable.
Don't
if
talk
someone,
about cheeseburgers. You're gonna get all mad
I
again.
am pretty hungry.
Oh, there's food coming. There's food coming.
It's not gonna be the only thing coming.
Apparently at 5 a.m. every morning when he takes a walk.
12:30 time at 5 a.m. mid sprint.
You leave it. You don't get one of those.
You know, weird thing you bring that up. I was thinking yesterday, the other day, like somebody we work with, I was like, man, they got some big arms. And I was like looking at and my board, I was looking around. Guys always have these big muscular forearms. I was like, uh-huh. We all know what they got that from.
12:30 time.
Yes, sir.
It's my favorite time of the day. And my last pet peeve.
Okay.
These are mine. So you feel free to add your own if you want to. Christ.
I have.
Go for it.
Okay, my pet peeve is, and as a matter of fact, I had to deal with this in my extracurricular activities, not my prostitution, but my coaching.
Okay.
Putting things back as you found them.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That pisses me off more than anything in the world when you take something, and especially at home, and maybe this is why the kids don't like me very much, is that they move something and they won't put it back.
So just in case it didn't pick up on the mic, I'm just going to repeat what you said.
Okay.
It's not putting something back the way you found it.
Correct.
Okay. How about you?
Drives me insane.
Sure.
Because you have set up a certain order, right? The way you put things away, you have an order to your madness, right?
Uh-huh.
So then somebody goes, hey, and this goes on to the borrowing thing. Can I get, say, a roll of toilet paper? They take it down. You know, scratch that one. We'll just say an empty toilet paper roll.
Mm-hmm.
You found it empty. And then you bring a toilet paper roll out of the closet and you just sit it on the.
See, I have one a little bit different because I am very vocal. In case you haven't figured that out,
No.
it's true. It's true.
This is the first time I've heard
It's.
you say two
It,
sentences
I know.
together.
I know. It's true. But I have told significant others in my life, I don't understand why you opened this cabinet
Yes.
drawer, pulled out an item, let's just say a salt shaker. You put the salt, and then you put it down on the counter.
No, it goes back.
Right. And I've
So-
said, if you don't put it away, I'm going to throw it away.
To piggyback on that,
Go ahead.
I have a child who will take things out of cabinets.
Okay.
And then when you call that child out on that thing, same as you would, they go, I didn't do that.
Okay. But that's a child. You expect
Okay,
you're
this is a 16-year-old.
understood, but I'm saying, does your wife do something like, again, I will throw it away. I would rather buy something again than have to put it back.
Yeah, the other thing is if I clean the garage
Okay.
and then she goes into the garage, I know I'm going to get my ass whooped for this one. And she doesn't put it back right.
Sure.
It will drive me bananas.
So I'll give you the first strike for free. I'll go, hey, why didn't you put that back?
Right,
I
you'll
brought
put
it
it
to
back.
your attention. Hey, you pulled this out. The cabinet door is still open. All you had to do was take this back and put it up there. So the next time that happened, I was asked where the salt shaker was. And I went, oh, I threw it away. Why did you do that? Because you didn't put it away. Like, I don't understand why are we now having this conversation?
Now that I've gotten a little bit older, I've understood that back at the Squirrel House, that's a firehouse for people that
Sure,
don't know.
firehouse, yeah, scoreboard.
There was the older guys, the coffee club guys. One of them, he felt like he was the mayor of the area
Sure.
and the firehouse. And he, when we didn't put the silverware and stuff away, just left them in the sink, he'd be like, hey, you guys need to do the dishes. Mm-hmm. We wouldn't do the dishes, go out on calls, fart around, do whatever we're doing, and come back. If they were still in the sink, he would throw them all in the trash.
Because they don't mean anything to you.
Exactly. If you don't,
So if you don't
Have
clean
enough.
your room And this is what's going to happen to you because you're going to have young kids.
Oh, you're going to understand
So-
this perfectly clear.
If they don't put their stuff away, will you throw it away? How do you teach them a lesson? How did you teach your kids a lesson?
Went in their room, threw everything away.
I think
I told them, I don't know, 20 times, get the shit off your floor. Okay, I got it off the floor. I said it, and I warned them, I'm going to go in there. If it's on your floor, it's going to the trash. So I gave you 24 hours notice of this eviction. 24 hours later, in the trash.
I haven't crossed a lot of parenting bridges yet that I have to experience them as I get to them, and I haven't gotten there yet. Cleaning up a little kid's playpen, I do that every day.
That's
at this
different. You
point.
still have every sense of an infant.
No, she's a toddler.
No, but if he grew up in an environment where he put his stuff away, then he's
Right.
going to be that parent. He's going to be like, hey, you need to put your stuff away.
Gotta put your stuff away.
Yeah. I guess I grew up differently because I didn't. Of course, you throw your stuff all over the floor because it's your room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna.
Oh, that's another argument I get.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to deviate too far because I got something else I want to talk about too. About especially like for kids who are like teenagers. If you hit that fucking table one more fucking time, and it's
So, brought up an interesting side topic here. You said if it's my room and I'm throwing stuff.
sure.
At what point is it your room that you pay no rent, mortgage, or nothing? You're being lent the room.
I don't want to get too deep in this because this is a great comment. Because I'm going to bring something else and then we're going to end this because we should start walking to go get breakfast. But you're a teenager. You go to school Monday through Friday and you want to sleep in on Saturday. And you probably stayed up all night Friday night to play video games. Why do your
That's
parents
one
come
more.
in and wake you up at 7 o'clock in the
Because
morning?
it's fun.
Consistency.
But their parents are like, you need to get up. Why? Okay, and let's just leave it there. That's for another topic.
Got chores to do. Got cows to milk. Yeah, you got it. You got the whole.
So behind the camera, we have at 8:59, Sterling finally showed up. I have Jake, myself.
That's just
Nobody said I had to be on time.
No.
For the record.
Yep. We are the Arguing Goldfish.
yeah. I guess it's our fault that we said, "Hey, we're gonna meet at 8 o'clock."
Sure. You should have been
That
more
would
clear.
be the suggested time.
You should have been more clear.
I should have been more clear.
Sterling
Follow
arrived-
us.
Next time I arrive at this joint right here, I'll park my fucking yacht right out there.
I hope so.
I'd be parking on the other side and airlift yourself over. All right.
No, what I'm going to do is airlift myself to the other side, walk into my condo here, and then walk out to my yacht.
I hope then you have a limousine pull up and you just crawl through the limousine to get over to this
I
side of the
hope when you
sidewalk.
open the limousine door, a little person walks and go get your coffee for you.
Outstanding.
I'm definitely having a little person in my.
We're Arguing Goldfish. Like, subscribe, do everything on social media. We talked about an email that you received. I'll repeat it again. Basically, the sum of it is an email was sent saying they're a big fan and they wanted to know cut or uncut. That's where we're going to leave. And that was directed to you, the love machine, the American heartthrob. So we'll just leave it there. You got anything you want to end it with? Give us a word of wisdom.
A word of wisdom. Word of wisdom or a
Oh my God.
pterodactyl just flew by my head.
Talking about spitting again.
Word of wisdom. What can I
How would you
say?
like to end this episode?
Like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Does this bother you?
Why would that bother me?
This is English.
Oh, question.
1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3.
So, like, subscribe, bell, whatever.
Yeah,
else.
yeah.
Here's a question for the
1, 2, 3.
the viewing audience. Should Sterling have to be on time?
Oh, so you're making a poll.
Oh,
Making a poll.
Yeah. He is big into the pole. He loves the pole. He's
On occasions, depending on how many drinks.
he just
What he
he's
does in
really
his-
got to have a
what he
good.
does
Hey,
in his-
he drink enough Miller Lite pints as I do a night.
I absolutely believe
Oh
that
my
too.
word!
Got anything else you want to? Shout out to everybody who's liking the subscribe. Keep it going. Tell a friend. Email Jake. He loves answering your emails.
Always
You want to
I
go
was
get?
bad from 3 cafes.
Let's go
Yeah,
get a
that
breakfast.
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 That was just weird.
It's time for the Arguing Goldfish podcast.
Oh, there was a phrase for that.
Go ahead.
Turn on.
Spitters or quitters.
There it is.